Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel, and the SEC is displaying some crocodile tears. Do we feel sympathy for the SEC? Oh yes, tremendously, of course. They're being attacked by that despicable Ripple company with their stupid internet money XRP. That's what's happening here, right? Well, here's a headline from Bitcoin.com. SEC accuses Ripple of harassment, asks judge to block access to some discovery records. And so I talked about this in a recent video, but I've got some new comments from new perspective from two XRP community member attorneys. And I also want to share with you a blog from XRP community member John Deaton. It's his most recent one. It just artfully puts together functionally what is going on with the SEC in large part. And so there's plenty to talk about in this video. But before I go any further, I do want to be clear that I don't have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who makes YouTube videos all up on the internet, and that's all that's going on here. Now, if you would humor me, though, for just a minute or two, I have to say a few things here, because today, the Moon Lambeau channel, which, by the way, is the best channel on all of the YouTubes, and there is science behind that. The Moon Lambeau channel hit 100,000 subscribers. Could you people out your damn minds? Like, seriously, this is like a true brain explode moment. And so I just have to pause and just give the most sincere thanks possible. This is beyond humbling. I just, when I started this channel, I didn't think there was any chance I'd get any sort of traction like this. This is pure insanity. And so I just want you to know, and I tweeted a thread about this, and I'm not going to read the thread. You can check it out if you want, but I'm going to use instead of reading this, I'm going to use my own human mouth words to share with you a few things having to do with what I shared, because it's just, I don't talk about myself much on this channel. I understand that I like me, myself, my background, all that. So I understand that's not the reason people come here. But I will just a little bit talk about the background of why I started this channel, because it's something I've only brought up a handful of times in the roughly 2.5 years that I've been running this channel. And so I joined the world of crypto in November of 2017. Jumped in, wasn't at all sure what to expect, and what I found, it was beyond what I even had initially hoped for. Because I wasn't confident at all, just based on knowing almost nothing, that the crypto asset class would have anything to it, would have any sort of staying power. But again, that's from a place of ignorance, of course, and I mean that in the literal sense of not knowing. But I came in very curious. I wanted knowledge, and so I started doing my research, and then inside of a week, I had my aha moment when I recognized that there were business models that, without a decentralized cryptocurrency with an open market price, I recognized there were business models that simply couldn't exist. And it wasn't just for technical reasons, it was also for trust issues, which people don't seem to fully appreciate at times. And so my first instance of recognizing this was with XRP being positioned as a bridge currency. And I never turned back from there. I just researched intensely every single day, and I got so excited about it, so jazzed up, and was doing so much research, spending hours per day, that I decided by early December 2017, or maybe it was, I guess that may have been when I first started thinking about it, but I had firmly made up my mind, at least I thought at the time. By the end of December 2017, I decided I was going to start my own cryptocurrency YouTube channel, and it was going to be focused on XRP specifically. And so I bought a microphone, I bought video editing software, screen capturing software, all that, and then after I did that, the next day rolled around, and I hadn't at all lost my interest in creating and running a YouTube channel. Still there the next day, but I thought, wait a minute, Matt, calm down. What if, yes, it's genuine excitement you're feeling, but what if it dissipates? What if you start this channel and then a month or 2 or 3 you lose interest? Because look, if I was going to start a YouTube channel, I wanted to know that I was that interested, I was all in and going to follow through with it. So I said, okay, let's wait. And then on top of that, I had only been in the world of crypto for like 6 weeks. So you might be like, well, why the hell did you think you were going to start a crypto channel after 6 weeks? Well, to be honest with you, I'd done enough research that I knew things that people that had been around for years didn't know. And specifically, Bitcoin maximalists, the haters of XRP, I was noticing the lies they were saying because I came in as a blank slate, believing whatever the hell happened to be true. I didn't want so-and-so to be true or false. I just wanted the truth. And I saw people saying things that I knew to not be true. And some people, it seemed to be that it just wanted to lead people in the wrong direction because they're ideologically driven. Others just were missing facts. And so I realized, I was like, wait a minute, maybe I actually could, even at this stage, have something of value to contribute. And so, again, I decided to sit on that. It wasn't until December of the following year, 2018, that I posted my first video. It was December 14th, 2018. And I got 1 subscriber, which was good. No, and I was thrilled, by the way, mind you. I got 1 subscriber from that video. His name was John. I don't know if John's still out there, but I'll never forget it. It was a guy named John. He posted something nice in the comments section. I appreciate it. So I don't know if he's still subscribed or listens or anything, but it was good because admittedly I felt a little uneasy, a little nervous because it was outside of my comfort zone. Because look, it's weird when you're recording a video and you've never done it before, and you're sitting in a room talking by yourself, and then you know that it's just going to be out there. It feels a little strange until you get used to it. And so I was a little nervous posting it. Nothing crazy, but I've long said that anything in life worth doing, it requires you frequently, to get a little bit outside of your comfort zone, and that's okay. And so I went with that. And it wasn't until like 5 days later that I got like another subscriber. So it was slow to start, and it was, I'd be lucky if I get like a few dozen views per video when I post them. And so after 6 months, I was blown away that I had, I think the highest number I saw before my channel really took off. I remember seeing 229 subscribers after almost 6 months. And then from there, the channel did start to get traction finally. It started getting a lot more subscribers at a much faster clip than I had ever experienced. And by the end of 2018, so just a little after a year of running the channel, I was up to 15,000 subscribers. And then fast forward another 16 months, and here I am at over 100,000. It's completely mind blowing, and I've had a blast running this thing the whole time. So like even if it hadn't taken off, I was having so much fun just making these videos and sharing what I thought. I was going to keep doing it regardless, which is why I stuck with it even for that first 6 months. I was like, okay, nobody cares. I was like, okay, even if it's just going to be a little channel, never be as big as some of the other big channels, that's fine. I'm having fun, whatever. But then it happened to take off, and here we are. So I don't know, but I wanted to just I never talk about that, and I know that went kind of long, but so I appreciate you sitting through that. But I don't share that often. I just figure if there's ever a time to talk about that stuff and just share with you a little bit of the story, what I was thinking, and share my genuine appreciation, now is the time to do it. 100,000 subscribers, it just doesn't even seem real to know there's that many people out there that value what I'm talking about enough jibber jabbering on here on the Moon Lambo channel on a daily basis to hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me. It really is. And so running this channel has been absolutely, and I really mean this, truly life-changing, and not just because of the crypto gains that have been accumulating along the way, which are substantial too. So that's good. But all the friends I've made and just everything else, the whole experience, it's been amazing. I'm so thankful for it. So to you listening to this, whether you're subscribed or not, thank you for even stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so I'll stop now. I'll stop now. For some of you are probably like, okay, get to it. Get to the content. I know. Fair enough. 100,000 freaking subscribers. Oh, by the way, and I'll mention this too, and I promise I'm not being braggy about any of this. Like, I'm saying this in awe of what has happened. I'm stunned by this. But my channel to this point has had, and I don't think I've ever said this until I tweeted it out earlier today, my channel has gotten 25,700,000 views, and I'm rounding the number, but as of today, 25,700,000 views from a silly ass channel called Moon Lambo. Thank you, everybody. All right, I'm moving on. So here's the headline, and I'm not going to spend much time on the story itself because I really broke this one down already. But here's the headline from Bitcoin.com. SEC accuses Ripple of harassment, asks judge to block access to some discovery records. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has asked the judge in the SEC versus Ripple case to block Ripple and its executives from accessing various internal records it claims are unrelated to determining whether XRP is a security. And so I tore that apart. And again, I don't want to remake the same video I just did literally the other day, but it's basically the case that rather than making the arguments against Ripple's points, they're making the arguments against Ripple's points and saying that those points are not sufficient to even be argued in court, but instead, really, they should just be argued in court. And so this is completely disingenuous. There's no way that the SEC can literally believe, like actually think that it's like what Ripple is proposing is not even worth discussing as court. I do not believe the SEC believes that. I believe that they're just being unethical actors. They're being bad people, and they're throwing everything they can out into the wild. Apparently, not even caring if the judge thinks that they're being genuine, and just seeing what sticks. That's what it looks like to me. And so John Deaton wrote the following. Attorney John Deaton. In a non-fraud case, SEC has served 51 third-party subpoenas on Ripple's partners and customers, and then asks foreign regulators to serve document requests on Ripple's partners in a country where XRP has been declared a non-security. But the SEC cries foul. Think about that. Do you see the amazing hypocrisy here? Oh my gosh, we're just a little old SEC. We can't handle all this. This is burdensome. Look at our voices going up like this. We can't handle this nonsense. But on the flip side, what are they doing? Getting extremely invasive and, frankly, acting outside of what is allowed by the rules of the court. So, and I made a separate video about that as well. It's ridiculous what the SEC is doing here. They're taking advantage of, they're called MOUs, and I forget what it stands for off the top of my head right now. A memorandum of something or other. But basically, there was something set into place so that if there's some sort of securities concerns in the United States around the world, the United States had set up agreements with other countries to where the other countries, they can coordinate with whatever the bureau or federal agency would be in the other country, and they could force businesses within their country to present documents to them, which would then flow back to the SEC to make a determination. But the problem with this all is that specifically what they're asking for, it's outside of the rules of the court, and in any other sort of circumstance outside of you being the SEC, like you wouldn't be able to do this because it's not for the discovery process, mind you. If it's for other purposes, not. And then so we're in the discovery phase of this all right now. And so, SEC, here we are, they're crying foul. And meanwhile, they're acting completely unethically, and that's just how they roll. Good job, SEC. Here's another attorney within the XRP community, XRP attorney Seal, who shared, I love this GIF, by the way. This is, it's a Justin Timberlake GIF with like waterfall eyes, and it says Cry Me a River, like that song. I guess it was from NSYNC, if I'm not mistaken, Cry Me a River. And that's just a hilarious gift. Like that is, I got a minimum of 2 to 3 chuckles out of that particular one. And so here you go. Here's what he tweeted out. The defendants, Ripple, do not actually seek relevant evidence, but rather seek to harass the SEC, derail the case's focus away from its merits, and bog down the SEC with document review, cries the SEC. And then somebody, so that was a quote from the SEC, of course, that XRP attorney Seal shared. And somebody named Twain wrote to XRP attorney Seal and said, Seal, as a judge, wouldn't she think this is a BS excuse? And I've been talking about this too for a long time, actually. I'm just saying, like, if I'm the judge, I think that the SEC at this point is not operating in good faith. I really would not believe, based on the bogus stuff, the hypocrisy, the illogical arguments, all of these claims. If I were the judge, I would see through this crap. And so, a legit question by Twain. XRP attorney Seal responded with the following. It's a BS excuse, and I'm not even a judge. Imagine that a governmental oversight agency with an annual budget of almost $2 billion of the most powerful / biggest market in the world is crying to a judge because their resources are being tested by Ripple. It lacks balls, to say the least. Truer words have never been spoken, my friend. And then XRP community member Crypto Bull 2020 wrote the following. When the bully is finally pushed into the corner, the bully depicts himself as the victim. It's just another words are hard for Moon Lambo today. It's just another manipulation tactic. I heard that one too. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I need heart are these mofos. There we go. Everybody gets, you get a heart and you get a heart. Everybody gets the heart. I'm hearting. So if you can't see the screen, I'm just hearting these comments on Twitter. Sending some love back. Now take a look at this, written by pro XRP attorney John Deaton, and he titled this, "The SEC raised its fist and showed its contempt for us. Today, we answered." And this is from just a few days ago. 5 months ago, almost to the day, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission filed a lawsuit against Ripple, but made it clear it was coming after everyone connected to XRP. They ignored warnings that this lawsuit would cause serious harm to countless people. There was never one phrase in the mountain of pages the SEC has filed since December 22nd, 2020, that showed one bit of consideration for the retail investors they are supposed to be defending by their every enforcement action. When we asked the court to hear our voice, the SEC scoffed and insulted us in their formal response, saying that all of us who suffered collateral damage from their ill-conceived lawsuit should remain silent. Today, we answered them. I have just filed our motion to intervene in the case of SEC versus Ripple on behalf of an entire community of XRP holders, users, developers, content providers. Hey, that's me. If you're talking about like YouTube stuff at least. And the many small businesses that utilize the digital asset XRP as well as the XRP ledger. In short, I made it clear to the court that without our intervention, we are without a voice in a debate of great stakes for us and the holders of all digital assets in the United States. When the SEC brought this lawsuit against Ripple and its two executives, it not only claimed that Ripple and its executives conducted an unprecedented 8-year continuous and ongoing coin offering, it also specifically alleged XRP itself to be an unregistered security, and all of us who have traded it since 2013 have been engaged in unlawful trades. Well, let me tell you what right now. Let me pause here. I would have loved to have been engaged in such unlawful trades back in 2013. Sadly, as I cited earlier, I didn't know about XRP until 2017. If only. But still, I say that, but I do recognize it's still early days in crypto. But anyway, John continues. This troubling claim is not disguised or otherwise difficult to find. In the first paragraph of their complaint, the SEC labels XRP itself as a, quote, digital asset security, end quote. The SEC claims that, quote, from 2013 through the present, defendants sold over 14.6 billion units of a digital asset security called XRP, end quote. The SEC is also alleging that any sale or transfer of XRP by any entity, business or individual, is a violation of Section 5 of the Securities Act. They also go further in saying that XRP has no utility other than as an investment contract in Ripple, despite the fact that a massive community of XRP users and developers has existed for years completely apart from that company. Indeed, a huge segment of XRP holders had never heard of Ripple when the SEC accused them of having entered into a, quote, common enterprise, end quote, with Ripple. The absurdity and arrogance of this unrestrained, out-of-control regulators' claims could not be further from the truth. Their logic could only be sustained if the SEC was able to suppress any XRP retail holder from speaking up and telling our stories of how we use this digital currency in a variety of ways. And so there you go. Think about it today in the context of what I was just saying a few minutes ago. SEC crying to mommy, oh my gosh, the bully Ripple, oh my gosh, I can't believe what they're doing to us. And then here you are, SEC, insisting that we, the actual small little guys out there, the investors, you're demanding that our voice not get heard. Well, y'all don't mess up some because the judge disagreed with you, right? At least that at least the motion would get to be filed. And so we'll see ultimately to what degree there's any intervention in the court here. But at a minimum, you didn't even think that there should have been John Deaton should have been allowed to file this. Disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Anyway, continues. It should give all cryptocurrency holders and developers faith that the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York does not appear to be buying what the SEC is trying to sell in this case. It has taken on the SEC's lawyer over XRP's utility, as well as his preposterous argument that all sales of XRP are unregistered securities trades. Best of all, the court has invited us to argue why we retail holders, those the SEC is supposed to be protecting, should intervene in the case. For more than 8 years, the SEC allowed XRP, the XRP ledger, and their associated technologies evolve from a promising digital asset with superior functionality into the third largest digital currency in the world. The XRP of 2021 is very different than that of 2013. For these reasons, it is clear that those of us who hold and use XRP have a right to intervene in this case in order to adequately express our interests. The very interests the SEC decided to dismiss when they filed their December complaint. If the SEC is successful in its attack on Ripple and XRP, it will assume the authority to regulate and attack every other cryptocurrency in existence. The precedent set here becomes the new standard, and no digital asset exchanges, developers, vendors, ordinary users, and retail holders of cryptocurrencies will be safe. It is now up to the court to decide whether we can join the case. Nothing is guaranteed, and we must respect the judge's ultimate decision. But I'm proud and honored to have the trust and support of such a dynamic and innovative community of XRP holders who refused to back down when the government raised its fist and told us to be silent. I tell you, this is commonplace for John Deaton. He's always bringing the fire here. And he recognized the power of the XRP community. It is something to be reckoned with. And I also must say, the XRP community is the best community in all of crypto, hands down. There isn't even a close second. And John Deaton has said as much. You know, when he started filing his legal, what was the writ of mandamus? That's the first thing he filed. It was January 1st of this year. So when he filed that, the initial legal filing having anything to do with this, leading up to that, he thought, well, it's probably the case that the XRP holders aren't going to be too thrilled about this, but I don't think this is right, and I'm going forward. And so the reason he thought that, mind you, is because normally when the SEC is bringing suit against an actor, usually there's a bad actor. Usually the people that were the investors support the SEC because they got scammed or they were wronged or whatever it may be. And so normally, if you're coming against that, those investors would be mad at you. And so that's what John Deaton was getting ready for, but it was quite to the contrary of that. What he found was that he had tremendous backing right out the gate, and that is because the SEC is wrong. Bunch of idiot sticks. I'll wrap up there. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. And thank you very much for stopping by, my friends. I could just wrap up the video by stating, again, I could not be more thankful and appreciative of all of you that have supported my channel for the last roughly 2.5 years. It really has just been an incredible journey, and I'm going to keep running this damn channel. As long as people are willing to listen, even through the bear market, I'm going to do it. And look, I know that interest is going to decrease in my channel and crypto channels in general once the bubble pops. Not immediately, but it will. It will. Because when things are hot, that's when people want all the news and file stuff in the latest. But I'll tell you what, I promise you, I will be here as long as enough people want to listen. And look, there were enough people during the last bear market, so I think that's going to be the case. I have no intention of going anywhere. I will be here during the good times and even during the scary times. I'm not going to stop posting stuff. You know, a lot of content creators, they run and hide when the price goes down, probably because they're scared themselves. I won't be scared. I get the big picture. I know what's going to happen. A bubble's inflating. It's going to pop, and I'm going to try and sell on the way up. If I'm late, maybe I sell a little bit on the way down. Hopefully not, but okay, if that happens, that happens. I won't be perfect at this. And then I'll wait to start buying back in once I feel like the bubble's sufficiently deflated. But there's going to be more opportunity. Even after this market cycle, it's going to happen again. And then we're going to have another several years, and I'm going to be here every single day along the way reporting on this stuff, because it's too fun not to, and there's way too much opportunity. I still firmly believe, even after this bubble pops, if you look another 10 years out, the gains that people can realize thanks to this asset class are going to dwarf those gains from any other asset class. I firmly believe that to this point, but I'll wrap up there. I'm not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.